All right, we need to talk about two committees. We talked about committee chairs and leadership. Now we're looking at a couple important committees that are actually in Congress and actually in the House of Representatives. Sorry, let me clarify that. These are both in the House. You need two cards. All right, 2.18, the Rules Committee. The Rules Committee, 2.18. Rules Committee. All right, flip over. All right, one, the Rules Committee is a very powerful committee, very much influenced by the Speaker of the House. Historically, the Speaker of the House was actually the chair of the committee, but it manages the flow of legislation on the House floor. So they can make it more likely or less likely that a bill gets through the House based on the rules that they attach to it. So let's write that down. Makes it easy or difficult for a bill to pass depending on the rules that are adopted. So before a bill hits the House floor, they have to decide on the rules. How much time does each person get to speak? Do they get 1 minute speeches? Do they get 2 minute speeches? Or do they allow amendments or not? An amendment, by the way, I'm not talking about a constitutional amendment. I mean an amendment to a bill. So like, are amendments allowed? So like all these different things are chosen by the Rules Committee before the bill goes to the floor. And the reason that there's a rules committee in the House is that as the House grew in size, debate had to be more limited. There actually was fairly unlimited debate in the House early in our history because there weren't that many members. There was only like 80 or 100. But as the House grew to over 200 in the 1820s and 30s, at that point, the House kind of became unruly. There were just too many people. You couldn't get much done because there were just so many. So therefore, debate became more limited, and a rules committee was created in order to make sure that it could be done efficiently. All right, so that's why the rule committee exists. There is no rules committee in the Senate. The Senate has like unlimited debate. All right, the last one here is a special committee in the House called the Committee of the Whole. The Committee of the Whole. You might guess from just the definition, the name of it, the whole might mean the whole House. That's 2.19. Committee of the Whole, 2.19. All right, so it's the Committee of the House. All representatives serve in the Committee of the Whole. It's a Committee of the House, only the House, and not the Senate. There's no Senate Committee of the Whole. All representatives serve. And what the Committee of the Whole is to consider the details of a bill before it's voted on in a very informal way. So they consider the details of the bill. There's some informal debate without recording any votes. It's actually not allowed in House rules to record votes in this. You're not allowed to poll members of Congress. Actually in Congress, you're not allowed to poll them to find out whether the bill will pass or not ahead of time. So one way you can find out how the bill is going to do is go ahead and do a committee of the whole where you can kind of have some just feel people out a little bit, like, what do you think about this bill, and then find out ahead of time. So it's a way to poll members. Remember, they can't do an official poll. You can't go through and officially poll members. That's not allowed. But you can kind of figure it out. Like, you can get a sense of whether this bill is popular or whether it's going to die. And so that's how the committee of the whole works. And also, if a committee of the whole is actually meeting, then you can actually allow amendments to be offered. So somebody could get up and say, well, I'd support the bill, but only if X is added to it. And so this is a way to maybe even change a bill without it having to go to committee again. Or maybe it's come out of committee and now they don't want to send it back. So amendments can be offered in the committee of the whole. So this is a way for the speaker to kind of get a feel for how a bill is going to do based on without having to go through a more rules committee and different process like that. All right, cool. So those are two special committees in the House of Representatives, and that's it. All right, cool. Thanks.